What's up, everyone? Welcome to Replace Your Divot. I'm Joey D from Joey D's Golfing Journey on YouTube. And if you're like me, you spend your weekdays reading about the pros and your weekends trying not to thin your wedges into the woods. On this show, we're talking about everything happening on top of the leaderboard, while I share my brutal truth about my own game. It's all the news you need and all the struggles you recognize. So grab a drink, settle in, and let's get into the rounds. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joey D, and this is the Replace Your Divot podcast. I believe this is episode number 3. Granted, I've had another podcast going, but we've changed the format a little bit, trying to keep it more about talking about what's going on in the world of golf, and then basically, talking about what's going on with me and my channel and everything coming up. So, let's start with the PGA Championship. Aaron Rai. Wow. Unexpected win there. The PGA Championship has had a history of guys winning that you didn't expect to win, right? It's just a different kind of major. I don't know how to explain it. It's usually kind of a low-scoring event. But this one here, this one had a different feel to it because all the news and all the talk going into it was that the pros were going to tear this course up because the fairways were super wide and, they were going to go low. Well, that was anything but the case. Aaron Rai wins it at 9 under par, and he played just phenomenal golf. And the one thing that blew my mind about that last round was they talked about how wide these fairways were, right? Going into it, the fairways were at Aramonic, I don't know how I'm saying it, golf club, that the fairways were super wide. They'd cut down a bunch of trees, and that these guys were going to go low. Well, I don't know about you. If you watched that final round, I'd never seen so many guys playing out of the rough than I saw on Sunday. And not to mention, this course was playing 7,100 yards. Now, for these guys, that's not a long course. And it just goes to show you, we talk about the golf ball rollback thing and all that. If you toughen up a course, do you really need to roll back the golf ball? I'm not really sure what they feel they're going to gain by rolling it back. These guys, I think it's Cameron Young is playing with one of those golf balls, and I think they said he's lost 5 yards or something off the tee. It was a minimal amount, and I'm sorry, but these golf ball manufacturers and the way these guys train and all that, they're going to find ways around it. But I digress from that a little bit. It just goes to show, if you toughen up a course enough, these guys are going to struggle. You can't just whack it and hack it. At this course, the rough was so deep that if you got into the rough, it was like a one-stroke penalty. Look at what Rory did on the final day. He was even par for the entire tournament on the par 5s. And I watched on Sunday, he had 7-iron into both par 5s on Sunday, and he parred both times. Because he was hitting out of the rough. And, to be honest with you, the second par 5, I kind of looked away because I thought he was going to make birdie because he came up short of the green, but he was just in front of the green. And I don't know what I did. I came back, and then next thing you know, his score was still the same. So, I don't know. Rory just kind of, just didn't do his thing on Sunday. But Aaron Rai, I didn't know a whole lot about Aaron Rai other than, he plays with 2 gloves and all that. But, they talked a lot about him. You get to learn a lot about him on Sunday and found out he's one of the nicest human beings out there. The people on the tour just love him, and they all talked about a nicer guy couldn't win and all that. So I think it was a real feel-good win for Aaron Rai win the PGA Championship, and I think there's big things to come from him. He's already won one other time this year, and it'll be interesting to see where his career goes from there. Speaking of staying with the PGA Championship, I guess Garrick Higo, I don't know if you guys heard the story, he was penalized 2 strokes for arriving late for his opening round tee time. He's fired his caddy, which is hysterical, I think. I mean, his caddy was standing on the flipping tee box waiting for him, and he showed up. I don't know what he came. He was like a minute late or 2 minutes later, whatever he was, and he was penalized 2 strokes, and he missed the cut by 1 stroke. So I don't know. I don't know if you can blame that on the caddy. The caddy was ready to go, Garrick, but whatever. These pros they're finicky. So I guess if you're not feeling it with your caddy, you got to make changes. But yeah, I mean, to me that was just an idiotic type of thing. You've been a pro, you're on the tour, and you got to know to be on time for your tee time by now. Anyways, that was pretty interesting. I don't know what your thoughts were on the PGA Championship. I thought it was great. I thought Sunday was exciting. I think it was what everybody would want, watching a major championship. It was a shootout. It was anybody's game. And at the end of the day, Aaron Rai comes out on top. So congratulations to Aaron Rai. Moving on to the LPGA Tour, Lottie Wood won her second LPGA Tour title at the Kroger Queen City Championship. She shot 12 under. She won $300,000. And Nelly Korda was in the field. Lydia Ko, they were in contention. But yeah, Lottie Wood, I think that's how you say her name. She comes out on top. What is up next for the PGA Tour? Well, we have the CJ Cup. It's the Byron Nelson, basically. So I don't know who you're going to pick to win it. Scotty Scheffler's in the field. Always are looking to see, pick Scotty as a favorite. But Siwoo Kim's in the field. Scotty Scheffler, like I said. I'm looking at, the experts' picks. And let's see. Rob Bolton from Fantasy Insider, he picks Siwoo Kim's, so does Will Gray. These are all like, writers and whatnot. And then a bunch of guys pick Scotty Scheffler. Who else is in the field? We got Blades Brown. Brooks Koepka's in the field. Jordan Spieth. That's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. The Byron Nelson's always kind of a cool tournament. As we know, Byron Nelson is a legend of the game. So should be a good tournament. Usually lots of birdies, low scoring. I think Scheffler won it last year at, I don't know what he won it, but I'm looking at the highlights from the final round, and I can see he started the final round at 23 under par. So, yeah, there's some low scoring that's going to go on there. Now, let's see what's coming up next on the LPGA Tour. If I look at the schedule here, their website is not laid out as easy to find here as easy to find as everything else. So I am looking at the schedule right now, and what do we have going on here? Let's see the schedule. All tournaments coming up next, May 29th. Wow, they're off this week, so their next tournament is not until next week, and it'll be the ShopRite LPGA, powered by Wakefern. So they have a week off, really? Interesting. The LPGA Tour is coming a long way. You have more access to them now. The Golf Channel shows all their tournaments, but I don't know about you. I'm 57 years old, and it seems to me like the LPGA, for me personally, you seem to be more popular back when, like, Paula Creamer was playing, and all around that time, like in the early to mid 2000s. It seemed like I was watching a lot of LPGA tournaments, all the majors. Remember when Morgan Pressel almost won the U.S. Open as a 14-year-old, and that one player, I forgot her name, but she chipped in on the 18th green to win the U.S. Open, and Morgan Pressel was standing in the fairway. She just put her hands on her head. I just remember there were so many exciting tournaments. But the quality of play on the LPGA Tour right now is unbelievable, and these girls are hitting it so far. They're hitting it so far. It's amazing to me. So, listen, if you don't watch any of the LPGA, you should, because it's really good golf. These ladies know how to play. They hit the ball a long way. They should get some more love, some more sponsorships. I mean, think about it. The winner of this tournament that just won this past week won $300,000. That's probably like 25th place on a PGA Tour event. I don't even really know, but you'd like to see. It would be great to see them get more sponsorship and even more love. But I tell you what, the commissioner they got right now is really doing everything in his power to really bring the LPGA Tour more in the spotlight. And they're doing a really good job. And so if you don't watch the LPGA Tour and you want to see some really good golf, you want to see some golf that's more relatable to how far we hit the ball, even though it's not even relatable to how far I hit the ball. These girls, these women, hit them farther than I do in most cases. But you really should give the LPGA Tour a chance. Give it a watch. So that's what's going on with the PGA Tour. That's what's going on with the LPGA Tour. I don't really talk too much about the DP World Tour. I don't really follow it too much. I don't really know a lot of the players out there. It looks like they are going to be playing. Got it. This one just tells me the name where they're playing it. Oh, this is the Soudal Open. They're playing it at Rivkin International Golf Course, which is in Belgium. So that's what's going on in the DP World Tour. Like I said, I don't follow that tour too much. But in case you do, that's what's going on there. Live Golf. I guess Live Golf is beginning potential bankruptcy plans to end for the end of the season. I know they've been looking for investors to keep going. I don't know if they're going to get it. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what's going to happen there. I know they said they're focused on a long-term funding solution. Who knows? Who knows? And a lot of these guys who are on their contracts are still, there's multiple years on it. They can't say much, like Bryson DeChambeau or John Rahm. They got multiple years left on their contracts. So they just got to wait and see what happens. What will be interesting to see is if there's a path back for those players if Liv folds up. My guess is there will be, because you know what? Ultimately, the PGA Tour is a business like anything else, and they're going to want the top names back. There's no doubt about it. And I know Pat Perez is. He says, "Hey man, I want to get out on the Champions Tour." So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. I can't imagine that any investor is going to touch that tour with a 10-foot pole based on the amount of money that the PIF was losing on it. But I don't. Doesn't seem to be like a good investment. But who knows? I don't know what to say about that. There was a lot of political backlash of it because the Saudis were the ones who funded it. I know there's a lot of stuff we do with the Saudis. I get it. But, you wonder if you take that element out of it, if things change or not. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. All right. Let's talk about Joey D's golfing journey a little bit. The YouTube channel. I am at 995 subscribers. If you are listening to my voice right now and you're not a subscriber, give me a subscribe. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, there's a couple things that happen. Number one is I become monetized. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to start getting rich off YouTube. However, when you're monetized, it's going to open up more doors for me to be able to work with companies. They're probably more willing to let me try their stuff. Right now I have to put my own money up. I kind of stick with companies that have good return policies. And so what I can do is limited, and I do the best I can. And you know what's funny is that I deal a lot with like performance golf because they have such a great return policy, and those videos do fantastically. But I would love to be able to do reviews of the big names, and be able to work with them. But until I get on the map and at least be monetized, there's not much. My hands are kind of tied. So I'm 5 subscribers away from monetization. And I believe that should open up some doors for me. So if you're listening to me right now and you haven't subscribed to Joey D's Golfing Journey, go ahead and give me a subscribe. Watch some of my videos. I try to keep them upbeat. I try to, keep it simple. I'm the average Joe. Right now I'm a 9 handicap. I started the year at a 12. I'm down to a 9. I'm playing some good golf. I did speed training throughout the year. So my game is really off to a good start. I'm excited about the season. So there'll be more reviews. There'll be a ton of on-course stuff coming out. The weather has been kind of weird in the Northeast. I've talked about it. Like we just had our first heat wave of the year. It's only May, and so 4 days of 90 plus, and now this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, of course, 3-day weekend. It's supposed to be cloudy, rainy, highs in the upper 50s. I mean, give me a break. But that's Connecticut. That's New England. Wait a minute, the weather will change. If you don't like it, that's what I say. If you don't like the weather, wait a second, it'll change. So that's what's going on with the channel. So close, 995 subscribers, 5 away. So go out there and like and subscribe, and do me a solid. And so when I get to 1,000 subscribers, like I said, there is a Scotty Cameron putter that's going to end up in somebody's bag. And 1,300 subscribers, I have a Kirkland driver that's going to end up in somebody's bag. People would say, why wouldn't you give the Kirkland driver away at 1,000 and the Scotty Cameron? Well, I got the Scotty Cameron putter a couple years ago, and I announced this contest before I got the Kirkland driver. So that's why it's Scotty Cameron putter first, Kirkland driver second. And so there you go. So that's what's going on. I told you guys about the PGA Tour, talked about it. Talked about what's going on with Live Golf, talked about the LPGA Tour. On my channel, latest video that's out there right now is I did a review of the Sub 7389 driver. It's not that long of a video, but it performed pretty well. I like the driver. It's on their website right now for $399. Not sure if there's any kind of discount code or anything you can find. Hey, don't forget that in all my videos, I put a link to BombTech Golf. So if you're looking to buy BombTech golf equipment, which is great equipment, as you will see in my reviews, I have BombTech equipment in my bag. I have a 5 hybrid. I have a 3-wood, I have a 7-wood, I have their 9-wood. These are not all in my bag right now. I have so many clubs I mismatch all day long. But BombTech equipment is fantastic, and I put a link in all of my videos. You can click on that link and go out there and get, I think it's like a 10% discount. Don't quote me on the discount, but you do get a discount for using my link, and it also helps me out with the channel. So if you want to buy any BombTech equipment, just click on the link in my video, and you'll get yourself a break, and it'll help me out too. So that's it for this week. I can't wait to check in with you guys next week. I want to thank you for listening to Joey D's. No, wrong thing. I want to thank you for listening to Replace Your Divot podcast. This is Joey D from Joey D's Golfing Journey on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said. Hope you guys have a great day. Hit them straight, and we will talk soon.